Okay guys, here we are with my new, well not really new, old deck, which is the Trinity deck. You saw this video, or this deck inside the hour, decade duel hour, whatever. And I figured, why not show it off? Because, you know, it's kind of taking up room. And I figured, why not show it off? Because some people might be interested in this. So, yeah. If you don't know what this is, this was actually an idea that I saw on a video one day. Not the same exact thing, but there was the top 3 tier decks made into one deck, which at the time was Insectors, Dino Rabbit, and I don't know what the other one was. Dino Rabbit, Insectors, and something else, which made me think, okay, so maybe I should make a Trinity deck of Decade Duels. Well, you know, I went around and I noticed that Blackwings, Gladiator Beast, and Lightsworn were the top tier decks in my opinion. Of course, dragons are getting up there. Dragons are dragons, and dragons are just bullies. So let's actually get into this deck, because if I put dragons in this, it's gonna look weird. So right here we have one Blizzard Far North. I only have one because it's not a full-on Blackwing deck, but it does search out the Blackwings deck in your grave. And it brings out defense, and you can get synchros like level 6 and level 5, 4, whatever's. So yeah, it helps you out, and it works with Icarus attack. The only downside is you can't special summon it, but you know, I don't really plan on it. 2 Boras, it can be, if you throw a Blackwing, you can special summon it and does piercing damage. Really helps swarming with Blackwings. It's actually a Gale, which has basically the same thing, and it has attacks of and defense of a face-up monster. 2 Kalute, because it's like an honest, except it only increases you by 1400 and can be activated at any time when you attack or being attacked. Dang hiccups. 2 Shuras. What I usually do with this is I attack, and it lets me get a 1500 or less, so I can get Gale. Gale and Shura make Armor Master, and I'm pretty safe off there. We have Sirocco, which I have him in here because he can special summon himself while my opponent controls monsters. Kind of like a Cyber Dragon, basically. And also he can gain attack equal to the total of all Blackwings on the field, and he's the only one that can attack, or whoever I choose to attack. So, pretty good. He can get an OTK if there's enough stuff. And 1 Vayu, because if it's in the grave, it lets you get level 6 synchros or level 7 synchros. Preferably 6 in this one. 1 Celestia, you can tribute a lightsworn and destroy 2 cards, but you mill the top 4 cards. 1 Chaos Sorcerer, because we play enough lights and darks to banish 1 light, banish 1 dark, and hang him out. 1 Dark Arm, because we play enough darks, basically. If I don't go over the effect too much, it's pretty much that the effect is already known. I don't really need to tell you about it. I've probably gone over it plenty of times, or you probably have seen it plenty of times. This one is Aaron, the lightsworn monk, and basically, when you attack with this, it sends something in defense mode back to the deck. Of course, if it's a flip effect monster, it still gets its effect, so be careful about that. I know Lightsworn's mill too, but I mean, having all these that help out getting stuff from the grave, or activating in the grave, or banishing stuff from the grave, it doesn't matter because Lightsworns are really good about helping that out. 1 Bestiari, when you special summon by the effect of a Gladiator Beast, you can destroy a spell or trap on the field. Well, you have to destroy a spell or trap on the field. And yeah, so if he attacks or was attacked, you can shuffle him back into there and bring out a Gladiator Beast that isn't the name of Bestiari. You can also go for a fusion with this, which is a really annoying fusion that destroys 2 cards, kind of like Icarus attack, but way better. Darius, which brings back a Gladiator Beast from the grave, basically, when brought out by a Gladiator Beast effect. One thing to keep in mind about Gladiator Beasts, they have the ability to bring out another Gladiator Beast when attacked or when they attack. So when Darius attacks, you can bring out Bestiari, or if you want a Plomus or whatever. Speaking of which, when he's brought out by an effect, Gladiator Beast effect, he gains a 300 defense boost, bringing him up to 2,400 defense. Which I usually go Laquari into a Promise, and then I usually do something, and then my opponent doesn't know what to do. And then Laquari plus Promise or Darius or Bestiari equals that big old one that is annoying to deal with. And yeah, if this one's brought out, it goes to 2,100 attack points, which is really good. And brings us to our last Gladiator Beast, Murmillo. He's basically a man-eater bug, but a little better, because you attack with no, do you attack? Oh, right. You set Hippopotamus, your opponent attacks, you take damage, you summon out Murmillo, Murmillo comes to your turn, you attack, you bring out Bestiari, and then, yeah, you keep doing stuff. It's kind of hard for me to explain this. It's better shown in the videos, or in the video. So, you know, you might want to check that out if you want more hints on this. But I will probably show off this deck a little more. Still the coughs. Just saying, I know he's a little weak, but his effect pays for it, or helps pay for it. Also, where is my other one? I wanted to put that in the side deck. Come on, where are you? Gladiator Beast, not Darius, not Aquatis. What's it? This one? Remove from play, one monster. Yeah, here it is. Okay, we'll go over that in a second. I forgot to put that in before we started. Okay, so to be honest, I'm pretty sure you guys know this card by now. I've done enough light decks in my channel. Lumina, you discard a card to bring out a level 4 or lower lightsworn, which in this case could be Aaron, could be Lila, could be Wolf, even could be Right Ghost, and then you can tribute them off for the Celestia, but I only played one because it's not a full-on lightsworn deck. And one Lila destroys a back row. You know what it does. 2 Raikos, I've gone over it. Destroys a card on the field. And Wolf is in here because even if you draw it, there's solar recharge and it puts it in the grave. And also, if you don't draw it and you mill it, it helps out a lot. This one was tough on the spells, but Black Whirlwind because it searches out for blackwings. Trunade because it bounces stuff back to the hand. Proving Ground, you could get away with it too, but this searches out Gladiator Beast pretty quickly. Heavy Storm, destroy back row. Monster Reborn to bring something back from the grave. Avarice, return 5, draw 2, because the lightsworns are going to mill your deck pretty quickly, so you need to be careful about losing some stuff. If you mill out Pot of Avarice, you should be still fine, but, you know, just in case, try to be careful. And Solar Recharge, discard a lightsworn to draw 2 cards, and to mill 2 cards. And if you mill Wolf, congratulations. 2 Icarus attacks. Because you play a lot of Wing Beasts, you have a total of 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, and even Bestiari himself, which is 12 Wing Beast cards, so Icarus attack, really good. Mirror Force destroys monsters. And Waboku protects your gladiator beast or whatever you need to go for your plays. For the extra deck, we got Cataster, Black Rose, or Armed Wing. You bring him out with Vayu usually. Armor Master is usually brought out easily too. One Bryanak. I never bring this out, but it's in there. Goyo, Mistworm, Red Dragon, and Stardust. There was a magical android somewhere in here, which I'm going to put it back in here. And I would suggest putting magical android in here because of the fact that you can drop honest on it. And you have 2 honest, so you definitely want to put android in your extra deck. Now, the Gladiator Beast Fusion, you need Bestiari and 1 Gladiator Beast to destroy 2 cards, and when this attacks, you can, or is attacked, you can shuffle it back and bring out 2 Gladiator Beasts, except for Bestiari. And this one, you can negate a spell or a trap by discarding a card, and if it oh, okay, no, it doesn't have the other ability. It just has to be face up, and it can negate stuff. Well, 3000 attack beater is pretty good. And Red Arari banishes stuff, really good. Basically a DD Crow. You can play DD Crow in here if you want. And over Vayus. And 1 War Chariot. Well, those 2. I don't know what I was doing with the side deck. But yeah, just in case if I wanted to use this to negate stuff, like monster effects. Now, you might be thinking, how the heck do you play with this deck? Well, this deck is a weird kind of deck, you can tell. But you usually just play it as you would play the original decks in this Trinity. For example, you play Blackwings as you played Blackwings. You would summon Shura, bring out Bora, bring out Gale, and attack. Your opponent is not going to realize you're playing a Trinity, because there's no way they'll guess it's the Trinity, unless they've seen this video, they made it themselves or whatever. They're just going to be like, okay, well it's Blackwings, I know how to deal with Blackwings. So they are sitting there doing like Shadow Imprisoning Mirror or something like that. That's when the Gladiator Beast or the lightsworn come in. And they're like, what's going on here? If you're curious about Judgment Dragon, no, it does not work in here. I tried it. It just gets milled. I can never get it. I don't like it in here. And MST was in here, but you know, I have enough back row destruction that I don't care about having it. And yes, Stardust could be a problem if I didn't have Gales. So yeah, so the deck is play it like you would play one variant, which Gladiator Beasts are a really good start, and then you swarm in with the Blackwings to do synchros. You swarm in with the lightsworn to drop honest, destroy back row to get rid of defense position stuff, to blow up 2 cards, you know, whatever you feel like. This is a whole random deck. There's not any particular way you have to play it. Just play it like you would play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, you might try it a few times to say, this deck sucks. But you know, like every other deck, you have to learn how to use the deck. And as soon as you figure it out, your opponent's not going to realize how to deal with this. It could be a lot better. I could reassure you it could be 1,000 times better. But, you know, just try it out. That's all I could really say. I really recommend it. I have won plenty of duels with it, because my opponents don't know how to deal with this, because they're busy dealing with one threat while I'm bringing in a Gladiator Beast threat or bringing in a lightsworn threat. You know, I mean, I know your first reaction wouldn't be, okay, Blackwings. Next thing you know, Gladiator Beast, you're too busy worrying about Armor Master while this guy is bringing out the big old 3000 attack point fusion monster, which can discard and negate spells and traps. And this one, where it can bring out the thing that blows up 2 or spells and traps, or cards on your opponent's side of the field every single time. There's a Dark Arm coming out because the Blackwings are gained to the grave. You can see a Chaos Sorcerer coming out because there's Honest being banished along with a Kalute. Or even Monster Reborn to bring back ridiculous big old synchros. Icarus attacks going off like crazy. Waboku's protecting your stuff. It's insane. It's not the speediest deck in the world, but it is pretty insane when you're playing this. It does happen to get bad draws once in a while, but you know, what deck doesn't? So yeah, let me find a remote. Alright, so if you like this video, go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are. Do you think this is a decent enough deck? Do you think it's horrible? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Tell me what you would change about it. Tell me what you would keep the same about it. And yeah, so I will catch you guys next time. And this Dragox55 signing out.